Roger Stone here. Every day you wait, your money loses value, but gold and silver don't follow those same rules. American Sovereign Bullion gives you access to a nationwide wholesaler network, helping you secure aggressive pricing on real physical metals. Call 844-272-2428 now to get your free gold and silver guide to learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver, delivered right to your door or with a gold IRA. Visit asbgold.com. That's asbgold.com for your free gold and silver guide today.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi. Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, hello. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So it's been 1 month, officially 1 month, and I lost 12 pounds, even 12 pounds exactly. On this GLP thing, and I guess I'm one of 8 Americans who's taken the GLP, the fat shot, as some people call it, and 12 pounds. You know, at one point I got a little excited. I thought I was all the way down 14 pounds, and, you know, your body weight can fluctuate, you know, after a big spaghetti dinner or something like that, or, you know, it's artificially, but the average now is, it's no kidding, I lost 12 pounds in a month, and that's pretty freaking good, right? I think that's great. And have there been side effects? Occasionally I have felt nauseous, and I can live with that, I think. Yesterday it was getting pretty bad, and it stayed with me for a while. But that was only the second time I felt nauseous. The first time was, I don't know, like the day after or so, I felt like, oh boy, I don't feel so hot. And then it went away. And I never really think much about food, but that kind of changed about a week ago. And I don't know. I hope I can lose another 12. I'm committed. I just got another shot. You get the shot once a week, and they put it right in your stomach. And it doesn't hurt, interestingly enough. The needle is so thin, it just doesn't hurt. It didn't bother me. And what is good is, you know, the way you feel when you lose weight. Now, they talk about the side effects, and a lot of the side effects are positive side effects. It helps you with all kinds of other things. I'm intrigued by that. Hey, do we want to go to the press conference? Do me a favor, see what you can do, because President Trump, he just wrapped up. He's all done taking those questions. But he's very excited about some drug prices that are coming down. Sounds like he's not very impressed with what the Iranians have come up with. This is all in a day's work. This is all a negotiation. He called it a garbage proposal. You know, I want to point out, 2001 to 2021, 20 years, we were in a war with Afghanistan, right? In Afghanistan at the Taliban. And then we were trying to prop up a government that just basically didn't want to be a government. It's a crazy culture over there. They have no interest in democracy. We made a total mistake. We should have just gone in there, guns blazing, looking for Osama bin Laden, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and the other guys, and then gotten the hell out of there. Instead, we're going to make this silly place. I don't know what the hell we were thinking. I've been over there. It's like, have you ever seen, and I'm talking about the physical plant. The structures that are in Afghanistan are like the same structures, those stone huts that were in Planet of the Apes. It's the same kind of architecture. The place is so backwards and gone. It's like it's like 1,000 years ago. And we thought we were going to make this into a United States of America Junior. Give me a break. It was never going to be that. We wasted a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of lives. And, but I never heard the anxiousness, right? Oh, when is this war going to end? We just accepted it. It was going to go on for, whenever. It's just going to, nobody really cared. Nobody ever talked about it. I can tell you that. Nobody ever, I'm pretty mindful of these military issues, right? And in my daily life, it just never came up. Nobody gave a damn about Afghanistan. And people really didn't give a damn about Iraq either. It was just background noise, if that. And it was considered also a bipartisan problem. That's also part of it. George W. Bush came up with these wars, but guess who approved them? Democrats, Hillary Clinton, and the rest. So they were both responsible. So therefore, hey, why don't we just keep this on the down low and the American people won't notice? It's amazing that they kind of got away with that. Now, this war, obviously, President Trump initiated it. And is that why I can't hear the end of it? Is that why? Is that why? I think it might have something to do with it. You know, we had a big conflict with Libya that went on for almost a year. Libya, we had missions, thousands and thousands of missions. We had naval, we had all kinds of things going on over there. And the only thing I really remember about it is, well, Benghazi, which was before that. And also, what else do I remember about that? When they got, and I think it was before it as well, when they got Gaddafi. Did you see that? You ever looked up the video of when they find Gaddafi hiding under a little bridge and what they do to him? Oh, my gosh. I mean, I don't like any, I don't have anything nice to say about Gaddafi. What do I know from Gaddafi? I'm sure he was ruthless, this, that, and the other thing. He was a Middle East dictator, for crying out loud. I'm sure he had people killed. But then again, I don't know for sure. Did he deserve a knife shoved up his rectum? Excuse me, but that's what happened to him. He was sodomized. Yes, they sodomized that man. And then they killed him, and then they put his body out. Oh, just nobody should die like that. Nobody. I don't care who the hell you are. But that was, again, just background noise. Now it's Iran, and gas prices. You know, gas prices right now are $4.50 on average nationally. I know. California's $7. Well, that's California's doing, isn't it? California, that's the People's Republic of California for you. There's all kinds of crazy taxes and regulation that's made things even more expensive in California. That's not President Trump's fault. Anyway, $4.50. Is that high? Yes. Is it higher than I'd like? Of course. It's higher than anybody would like. Is it a record high? Far from it. Far from it. We're about 75 cents at least behind the record price of gas. $5.25. And when did we actually, it might have been a little bit higher. Let me get that highest gas price average. It was well over $5. And it was in the spring and summer of 2022, 4 years ago. And nobody seems to give a damn about that one, huh? Is that everyone's kind of fine with that? It's just amazing to me. I watched the coverage. It's hyperventilating about gas prices. And 4 years ago, it's true, they were hyperventilating about what? What was in the news in the summer of 2022? What was, you know what it was? Crazily enough? January 6th, baby. It was all January 6th. What did the president know? And how could he have said those things? And oh, my God. And Sean Hannity called the president and said something. And those stupid hearings. And they didn't even fool anybody. That's another thing. That's another thing that's interesting. I talk about what regular people are talking about. People weren't talking about the war. They certainly weren't talking about January 6th. Even it was being shoved down their throats. Oh, January 6th. Just to create like a stink around President Trump. Just to create a cloud around him. Oh, President Trump. Yeah, it seems like he's really not doing right. All that stuff. January 6th and Stormy Daniel, my goodness gracious, he can't be president again. And so regular people didn't see it that way. You know why? Because regular people know better. Regular people can see through all the crap. I don't have a firm view about how people in general think about these UFOs. I will say this, a lot of people there are a lot more people now who think that there are UFOs and the government is lying to us about them than we used to have. And that may be, look, I don't believe it. I don't believe in these UFOs. I don't think they're coming from some faraway planet or some faraway star. It's not happening. However, there is very compelling, what do we call it, circumstantial evidence that we are not alone in this universe. There's also very, very compelling evidence that we are completely and totally isolated. Now, you know that guy, what's his name, Brent Sadler? Who's the guy who's on with Bill O'Reilly's deputies? He's very good. It's very good. He talks about how one of the ways he manages his problems is he looks into the stars at night and he realizes his problems, very, very small compared to the universe, right? Infinitesimal. He feels very small, and that's a way to process. You think it's the biggest problem in the world, but I look out there and I see the trillions, kabillions, gajillions of stars, and I don't feel, it just suddenly takes on. Number one, that approach doesn't work, all right? I mean, yeah, it's like my life doesn't amount to a hill of beans, but this is my hill and these are my beans. You know what I mean? Remember? Casablanca. Was that Casablanca? Or a spoof of Casablanca? I don't know. It was, that doesn't work on me. But here's something else. And it actually makes us even more significant. If you take every person who ever lived on the planet Earth, who lived and died, and you add in the population that's alive today, 8 billion people are alive right now. You add that up to all the people who have come and gone, that's 109 billion. So 117 billion. From the first caveman to a little beautiful baby born right now, 117 billion people, plus or minus a billion or two. What if God decided, or somehow, I don't know, let's just pretend for a second, for whatever reason, every person who ever lived came to life right now. Napoleon, cavemen, your grandmother, everybody was suddenly alive. And this planet was too crowded for everybody. And then we came up with the solution that we were going to spread everybody out through the universe and make sure that they were okay and had enough space. And we wanted everybody actually to have maximum space in the universe. And if we did that, if we put everybody, right, so they would have maximum space and the most property, right? How much space would people have? Well, any person ever born, from Napoleon to your grandmother to the baby 8 seconds ago, would have 1 to 2 trillion galaxies all to themselves. 1 to 2 trillion galaxies all to themselves. And in one galaxy, how many stars are there? Roughly 250 billion stars. Okay, so that's it's a lot of, and you'd have trillions of galaxies for one person. To that, I think God thinks we are very super duper important. And what are the stars? Why would God give us all those stars? Why would he put all those stars in the universe? Maybe so we would have things to wonder about, so we could actually develop telescopes to study them, so we could have lights in the sky to navigate by. It's all very interesting, isn't it? I just find it so interesting. We are much more central. Now, having said all that, there are new tapes that are out there about aliens, and the government has put out all kinds of documents. They basically are non-conclusionary, right? Non-conclusionary. But listen to this. Apollo 17 astronaut Gene Cernan, he's in space in 1972. He looks up and he sees something that he can't understand what the hell it is. Cut 1, please. Cut 1.
Hey, Bob, I'm looking at what Jack was talking about, and it's definitely not a particle that's nearby. It is a bright object, and it's obviously rotating because it's flashing. It's way out in the distance, apparently rotating in a very rhythmic fashion because the flashes come around almost on time. As we look back at the Earth, it's up at about 11 o'clock, about maybe 10 or 12 Earth diameters. I don't know whether that does you any good, but there's something out there.
Well, what the hell could it have been? They don't know. All these years. Now, here's Buzz Aldrin. So Buzz Aldrin is went on Apollo 11. He sees something very weird, and so does Neil Armstrong. And they see something out the window, and they're afraid to tell Houston about it, because Houston might tell him to turn around. Here he is on Larry King Live a while back. Now, Buzz is an amazing guy. He knows so much. He's not the best storyteller in the world, and you can tell during this clip, maybe you can't because you can't see him, but Larry King is getting impatient with him. All right, it's on the Larry King Show. Cut 2, please. Cut 2.
Now, we know that if we were to say, Houston, we got a light out the window, it's going along with us, heading for the moon, a lot of these guys are going to go ape, and it's really going to endanger the mission and occupy a lot of our time trying to explain what's going on.
All right.
So we very shrewdly, Neil said, Houston, where is the upper stage? And they didn't know right away, but they said, we'll check with the guys in the back room. The guys in the back room in 10 minutes came back and said it's 6,000 miles away. Whoops. Well, we figured that's not what we're looking at.
Yeah. So they were looking at a light that was kind of freaking them out, and they thought maybe one of their theories was it was the S-4B. The S-4B being a huge chunk of the rocket that they just finished using about the day before. Maybe that thing is floating around. And here is that communication from Neil Armstrong to Houston, trying to find out where the S-4B is, a big chunk of the rocket. Cut 3.
Houston, Apollo 11. Go ahead, 11, over. Do you have any idea where the S-4B is with respect to us? Semi. Apollo 11, Houston, the S-4B is about 6,000 nautical miles from you now, over.
Roger. And that freaked him out. What the hell are we looking at if that's not the S-4B? If that's not a piece of the rocket. Hey, you remember a moment ago I was talking about gas prices, right? This is gas prices. This is the fake news freaking out about gas prices right now because they're $4 and whatever cents a gallon. I don't like gas prices either. Nobody does. Big gas prices. But it happens. Cut 6, please. Cut 6.
Gas prices soar as President Trump weighs his next moves on Iran, with just 6 months until voters head to the polls. This week starts right now.
I have to work, I have to drive, but it's not very sustainable.
The average price of a gallon of gas surging to $4.45, up 40 cents in 1 week, and up $1.51 since the war began.
Wow. So what were the record prices 4 years ago, right now? And what the hell were they talking about 4 years? This is amazing to me, but it's confirmation of fake news bias, obviously, but more than fake news bias. You got $1 trillion operation there, the fake news, trying to win the Democrats the midterms, right? I mean, what is the impact of all this crap? The impact is, I mean, it's very obvious, but sometimes you got to take a step back and wait, what are they doing again? So this is from May, June 2022. Gas prices are over $5, the same show you just heard. And what the hell were they talking about back then? Cut 7, please. Cut 7.
George Stephanopoulos starts right now.
We have carnage and chaos.
We're trying to hold you up with this. We're trying to hold you up with this now.
I was slipping in people's blood.
The January 6th committee debuts its case, aiming to pin the blame for the attack on the Capitol squarely on former President Trump.
How about that one? All President Trump. Poor guy. It is constant. It's constant, but somehow the truth still gets through. You can't defeat the truth. Be right back.
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.